All right, how you doing, Chad?
I'm good, Scott. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. Welcome to, where are we? Charlotte.
We're in Charlotte this time.
You know, we're at USITT, doesn't matter what city.
That's right. It's always USITT. It's
there
perfect.
you go. So what are you going to show us? What's
I want
new?
to show off the new Rosco Rotators, and basically I'm going to start down on this end here.
Okay.
And what we've got is 3 different new rotators from Rosco. These are silent belt-driven rotators, and when I say silent, I really mean silent. These are front-of-house appropriate. These are deathly quiet rotators, unlike anything you've really ever seen before. There's 3 new rotators.
Yep.
Number 1 is the simple spin. Then you move up to the Revo, and then you've got the Revo Pro. Now the Revo Pro is not more professional than the Revo, it's just a programmable version. And let me talk to you about some of the features on all of these. First of all, you're going to find this lever here and a friction lock. This friction lock is designed in such a way that when you insert this into the iris slot of your fixture, you've got to have a little bit of play. You've got to have a little bit of room. But once it's dropped in, you want to secure your focus. So you depress this lever, the friction lock extends, making positive contact inside the body of the fixture.
I got to get a closer look at this thing. Okay.
So it's this great barrel lock that extends here, and by extending it, you're going to get positive contact inside the iris slot.
Very cool.
It's going to hold it in place, so if you want to sharp focus on one of your gobos in this rotator, you're going to drop that in and hold it right where you want it to.
So how do you release it again?
It's just a pullback.
Oh, okay.
Now this is not an anti-gravity lock. I still want you to use a safety cable on your fixture and on your rotator.
And it has to be right side up?
Preferably. The next thing I want to show you on all 3 rotators, you're going to have this threaded collar ring. No more spring rings that shoot across the room and stab your assistant electrician in the eye. You've now got, or get lost under the couch, right?
I'm more worried about that one.
That's more likely. We've got a threaded nylon collar here. This is a heat-resistant collar, so it's not going to expand and get jammed in there. It's also threaded in such a clean way that it's... Look, I can cross-thread anything. I cross-threaded the gas cap on my dad's lawnmower more times than I can count. I can cross-thread anything. I've put this in and out of here so many times since we've seen these prototypes, and I've never been able to cross-thread it. It's a great design, and what this allows you, not only do you get the beautiful, smooth, clean design...
I gotta stop. Now, can you rotate this in either direction?
The rotator itself?
Yeah, will it go either way? So in other words, you could actually have it rotate and you could just hold the threaded ring and let it screw itself in, right?
If you're that gifted, I suppose you could do that. I don't know if I can. So what I've got here is I've got this threaded collar. What that's going to allow me to do is get a positive clamp down compression on all 360 degrees of my gobo, regardless of the thickness of the gobo.
So
if I'm doing a 5 mil metal, it's going to hold it tight. If I'm doing a thicker 1 millimeter glass, it's going to hold it tight, regardless of the thickness of the bezel or glass or metal steel gobo that's inside here.
That's great.
All right.
That's great.
Now the simple spin, which was the first one I showed you, is a plug-and-play model.
Okay.
It's got 1 motor on board. Gobos are always going to rotate in opposition at the same speed. There's a couple of neat features on it, though. One of the top things one of the top things that I love about it. First of all, you can lean in here and listen to how quiet.
Hang on, I gotta move this over here. Come on over with us. There
Scott, lean in. We got a lot of ambient noise here at the trade show, but how quiet is that?
Is it on? Very nice.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. But
So we've got a couple of toggle switches and a knob on top. Obviously, knob's going to control my local control for speed.
Okay.
One knob, this toggle is going to be for clockwise or counterclockwise.
Hang on, we got to show everybody that. There we go.
Zoom in. We got clockwise or counterclockwise rotation direction, but this last one is a control mode. This control mode's going to have local control or dimmer remote. What that means is on local control, my potentiometer is going to control it, but if I switch it over to dimmer remote and I plug this fixture into a dimmable circuit, I can ramp that circuit up, providing more power. There's logarithms in the software inside here. They're going to recognize how much power is coming in, and because it's a dimmable circuit, it's going to translate that into speed for my Gobo Rotator. So now my plug-and-play model can be cleanly controlled from my light board. Isn't that cool?
That is very cool.
So this is a neat process. And my last simple, silly feature on here is you've got 3 bright LEDs that once I've got this up in the rig and I'm done setting and programming and everything's happy, I just flip this switch and the LEDs go off.
No more tape.
No more black tack or tape on the fixture itself.
Cool.
All right. The next step up is going to be the Revo.
Okay.
Now the Revo the Revo is a dual indexer. You've got 2 motors on board, so not only do I have speed, direction, control, I've also got indexing control of both Gobos. Now, previous indexers were only indexing on one Gobo. So this one indexes on both Gobos. I've got the same features we talked about, the friction lock for the slot wobble, and then I've got, that's the technical term by the way, slot wobble. And then I've got the nice threaded collars on here. I do have an LED dimming switch, but what you've really got here is a 4-pin power. So this is going to live in the world with your strollers, with your IQ intelligent mirrors, and other 4-pin supported external power supplies.
Can a daisy chain?
Absolutely. There's an in and an out, so you're good to go to tie this right in, easily addressed right on the face. You have 8 or 16-bit resolution for the indexing, so you can get as specific as you want. 400 degrees of indexing, so you can get a really clean, exciting control on the Rosco Revo rotator.
Very
This
nice.
is the second of 3 in the family of rotators.
Here, wait, we got to get you. There you go.
Hi, everybody.
Very nice.
There we go.
Okay.
So this is the Revo. Now the next one, again, I don't want you to consider it as more professional than the Revo. This is our programmable Revo. So Revo Pro, all of the features that we've already been discussing: the friction lock, the threaded collar, the silent belt-driven activity inside. But this one has an onboard power supply, so an IEC goes right inside, and you've got DMX pass through. So you've got 5-pin control. But the really nice thing about this is, like I said, it's programmable. There are 99 presets, including the best way to call it is a user-definable custom program, so that you can have last on recall. And basically, I can sit here and say, I want it to go counterclockwise for 1 revolution. I want it to go clockwise for 1 revolution. The first one's going to be 7 RPMs. The next one's going to be 2 RPMs. Set, program, never apply data, drop it into place, and it's good to go.
Very cool.
So there's some really interesting feature-driven specifics on these rotators. And the nice thing, you notice the metalwork's all the same. We've really tried to think of the ways to keep the cost down for the end user.
Okay.
We've really decided that you don't need unique features on each of them that are driving the price up. What we did is we tried to streamline the family as a value value engineering factor for the end user. So the pricing on these is really price to sell. You want me to talk about pricing on camera?
Sure, why not?
Okay, so the Simple Spin, which was the plug-and-play model that you can use from your light board, the Simple Spin is $399. The Revo is $499, and the Revo Programmable is $599.
And these are list prices.
These are list prices, ready to sell, ready to use. We're accepting orders today.
Okay, and can you get these through the dealership?
Absolutely. You can contact your local Rosco dealer, and you're ready to get your newest rotator.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Jeff.
Scott, my pleasure. Thanks for stopping by.
Have a great show.